welcome to Fast Five, where our four panelists weigh in on 5 separate topics. Let's get started. Number 1, Trump administration loosens restrictions on federally funded school lunch programs. Jim.
So the left is framing this as an affront to Michelle Obama. I don't think that's what it's about. I think
Really?
No, I don't. I mean, that may be a side benefit, and I'm sure that was recognized.
Edible food.
Right. But the reality is, what they fail to mention is that the kids weren't eating the healthy stuff, so they were going without, as opposed to eating what was served on their tray.
So you've been told.
The statistic, yeah, that's what the reports show, and I'm assuming that
Well, they've been into some schools that contradict that report, but go ahead.
So, I think you can have a balance. I don't think you have to be 100, and I'm not a good one to talk about eating healthy, as you can see. But regardless of that, I think that you can have a balance. I think you can achieve a balance. I think that kids need to have a balance. My kids, thankfully, have not followed in their father's footsteps, and do have that balance in their diet, that balance in their life that I hope to still be able to get.
Henry?
One of the things, and this happened to, my wife. She went to bring my grandson a birthday cupcake during his lunch hour. She wasn't allowed to give the birthday cupcake to him because it was not approved food to go into that school, which kind of raises a little eyebrows. Now, it didn't happen in Washington County, but it's still, here's a little kid who's in kindergarten. Grandma made the special drive to go see him, and no, you can't take the cupcake in.
Yeah, that's dumb.
Okay, I'm sorry, that's foolish. Expanding the variety, Washington County actually went to a lot of effort with their menu choices to try to make the food edible. But, when you're doing non-fat milk, the kids need some additional calories that are garnered through, whole milk or even skim milk. Whole wheat probably isn't so much of an issue, but salt actually enhances flavor. Sometimes sugar will enhance flavor. If you get away from the processed foods and you make the foods in-house, you can address all this in a reasonable fashion and not have so much of a concern over what their diet plan is. The key is you want the kids to consume the calories while they're in the school system, okay, because this might be the only good meal they get during the day.
Good. Ken, what do you think?
Henry mentioned Washington County Public Schools. I saw where school lunches are going up by 10 cents. Personally, I think that a 10-cent increase, if that helps them provide healthy meals for the students, great. As far as the federal restrictions, I'm not big on federal mandates for anything.
Very good. Okay. As you talked about a little bit ago, Henry, fair and balanced. The end of Fox News as we know it, at least, according to survivor Sean Hannity.
Well, he's a designated survivor at this point. His former executive producer, who, Bill Shine, it is.
Shine.
Yes. He was let go this week by a mutual discourse, I believe. There's rumors going around that the conservative pundits are going to get together and start another network. I'm not sure if it's true, but can you imagine what would happen if Ailes comes out of retirement just to get a little spite regarding Fox News? Bill O'Reilly, who doesn't want to go away, he's still spouting off. Tommy Lahren, The Blaze, CRTV, all of a sudden with Mark Levin, Michelle Malkin. And then Sean Hannity says, okay, this is my last night on Fox News. And starting next week, the Murdoch family really seems like they're moving a little bit more towards the center, maybe a smidge off to the left to try to appeal to a broader audience. That's sort of where their political leanings are, so I'm really curious what's going to transpire there.
What's the guy in the White House called that was with Breitbart?
Mr. President.
No, with Breitbart.
Steve Bannon.
Steve Bannon. You don't think Steve Bannon, Roger Ailes, and all the troops will come together here before long and start the Trump network? Just food for thought.
I'm looking forward to version 2 of InfoWars.
Okay. So it's something's going to happen. I'm anxious to see where the Bill O'Reilly fans go because he was pretty well connected in that.
Well, you know,
organization.
Tucker's show is interesting. I don't know if he has longevity in that time slot.
Tucker's show is not that interesting in my view. And I got to tell you something. I like watching Bill O'Reilly. I watch Right News. I watch Left News. I watch In Between News. I enjoyed Bill O'Reilly's perspective on some things. But if he did what he's accused of doing and that he paid $13 million indicates to me that there's something.
There's a problem.
There's something.
Okay,
I have no respect for him.
Our next one, gay conversion therapy ban survives as Supreme Court rejects the appeal. What do you think of that?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
I agree with the decision from the Supreme Court.
Not
Is it, okay,
Yeah.
that they agreed that the state had the right to make this law. Okay, I can say that I agree with that, though I question the way the law is implemented in the fact that it allows or prohibits in one direction but allows in another direction for the conversation. And, you know, it was done as attacked as a religious, oh, well, you know, we can't persuade someone who is identifying as gay to become straight. But there's no prohibition to take someone who is identifying as straight and then persuade them that they should be gay.
You got the last word on that one. I want to make sure we get this one. I know you want to address this one. I know you do, Ken. Barbra Streisand blames sexism for Oscar snubs.
you know, have you heard of the Barbra Streisand effect? So Barbra Streisand tried to get something to go away. I think it was about her property or something. And in her attempt to get people to leave her alone, people just started coming back at her on more stuff. Barbra Streisand, open foot, insert mouth is really my thoughts.
Very good. Stay tuned. Last call is next.